Hey everyone, this is the digital experience team search and admin support groups sync. Sorry, what is it called? The release demo sync for our iteration ending on November 30th. We're going to talk about all the cool stuff we shipped in the past 2 weeks. I will kick it off. Some cool stuff. Sorry, I'm getting my pages here. For once, I have something to demo, so that's rad. First off, the theme of this iteration was migrating our localization or our localized content. So I enabled localization on our page content type since that was like the main one we'd be using, and made sure that went off without a hitch here. Next up was our 404 page, missing the nav and footer. So with that, the direction was basically what, long story short, how to make a new 404 page itself that worked just for our end users when our page was generated. This worked differently than when, as developers, we were kind of like working locally. So that has its own solution that's not quite up there yet. But now our customers are seeing a nav and a footer, so they're not getting trapped in the 404 page. So as you can see, it's not a real URL, but we're seeing 404 there with everything working. Next was, which one is this? The minimize footer.
I got a question back on that 404. What happens if you go to a different 404 page? Like, how does that URL, or you just put that URL in there? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if I go to testing, it's 404.
Okay. So it's not, this is a fake customer. 404 page. Good.
Yeah, sorry. If you really want, you can go to 404. But cool. And I worked with Hanif to make sure that, you know, SEO wise, adding this new route didn't quite break anything. So next off was the minimize footer. This was hard coded before, all the content on it. And so now it's wired up to pull from Contentful. So this can be editable by any content author right in the CMS, and it should get updated. I don't think we use this in too many places, but it's good that we can have the peace of mind that when something gets changed in one place, this gets changed otherwise. These are the links used in our main footer. So if someone changes cookie preferences to cookie settings in our main footer, this will also get changed here. So using that Contentful's, their time to shine is the small reusable content. We're reusing this content here. And then what was this? I don't have this quite launched yet, but I was really excited to show this. Working on the new source and edit buttons and how this will work. So it's all ready, but this requires a change at every single page level. So I'm just working on that now, but I think this should be ready to go in the next nav release. We are adding this in and it just goes to a hard-coded page. This doesn't change per page. There's no edit button here, but an edit button will show up if we pass in a Contentful entry ID and a space ID. So for pages that are still pulling from YAML files, or I haven't gotten to yet in the page aspect of these changes, this button won't show up. What's a page I changed? Probably this one. Ignore the bad looking nav, but now edit page shows up. It pulls in our space ID and entry ID, and hopefully, yeah, customer's landing page. So I'm really excited for this.
Cool. Yeah. That's huge.
Yeah. And lastly, because our theme was migrating translated content, the enterprise page translations are now in the CMS. This is in prod. So our translation folks can go in here. I'm in the enterprise page, this translation widget on the right side. You can pick French, German, Japanese. This is a combination of field and entry level. So this is happening at the field level, and we're prefixing everything by the locale name just to keep everything organized and neat. Let's keep that standard up. And then, yeah, you can go in and update. If you want to change these logos per the French version, that's totally cool. You can go in there and do it in Contentful. All right, that's all I had Our board was changed. Who's next? No, Chiemi?
Yeah, thank you. So we had our now release with the issue that Megan just mentioned with the minimal footer and the 404 page. Also, I was working on the new small business page. This was a pretty big one because we changed the layout and content that now is coming from Contentful. So we had some issues with that at first, but now it's looking pretty great. I can share my screen. Almost ended the call. Can you see my screen? Yeah. Okay, so this is the new small business page. It's pretty much done. I'm just waiting for Dennis to validate the last GA that he found some stuff, but I think we are going to ship it today. We had to change these component because we had another one on Figma, but we wanted to change to one that already exists. That's the actual one, the current one. And yeah, that's it. I think the page is looking great and we can update it using Contentful. We have a bunch of new components and new properties for existing components, like this one's a whole new component. So I'm pretty excited with how this ended up. So yeah, that's it for me. And I will pass it over to, wait, I lost the board. Oh, it's Javi.
Oh, hello. Iteration for me was cheering, cheering, Megan joining in on for the line work for the most part. No, just kidding. Oh, what did I do? Do you see my screen or do you see the whiteboard?
It's a white screen.
I see
that's
purgatory.
awesome. Okay, that's awesome.
That is not what we want to see when you change this pre-production.
Okay. You're just gonna see my desktop. Now do you see my screen? Yes. All right. I sent this over to Carrie to review. Hopefully I didn't send her a white screen, but this is a page that we were working on, and she sent me some good pieces of feedback. Slowed us down a little bit because we hadn't have some of these components in here, so we had to build some of these out. Hopefully we can get these into slippers too, so that like other people don't have to engineer those again. And I'm working on finishing the translations for the DevSecOps and the free trial page. Honestly, I spent a lot of time just kind of waiting for the rest of the team to see what the best way of doing this was because I had no idea how to do this. But that enterprise page actually helps quite a bit. So now we're gonna turn all of this content on around and turn on those pages hopefully today. So that's it for me. I'm gonna pass it over to Miracle.
Thank you. I'm gonna share my screen as soon as I find my Zoom controls. Okay, this is the right one. Sorry. So first things first, sorry, I was listening to Iggy Azalea. First things first is I fixed our broken link that we had here on the education page. I also updated our education partners. So now we're highlighting CERN as a education partner. We also had a bug in our alliance partners page where I need to scroll. Oh, here we go. Mabel wasn't populating here. I fixed that. I also updated our Japanese translations for the privacy page, the DevSecOps page, small business, AI functionality, testing, and the subscription agreement. And last but not least is our preference center page is now fully migrated into Contentful. So I speak English. So if I switch over here, cool, we have German. And then inside of Contentful, you can see all of our translation here. Like Megan said, they're all indexed by the locale. There are some things I'm still working on. I'm working on finishing the team ops migration. There is a bug in our Gartner banner that I need to fix, and I'm finishing up some G-tag updates for Dennis.
What is the bug in the Gartner banner? Just so we don't scare
Oh,
people.
yep, that's fair.
Yeah.
So if I switch to Japanese and click this, this is routing to the English Gartner page. It should be routing to the Japanese version.
Can you
I
open
think it does
the
that.
Japanese one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the bug. Page still exists. I promise. It's gonna
Page
fix the route.
And that was because we didn't have the Japanese Gartner report like a couple weeks ago, but now we do.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yes, that's it for me. I'll pass it to Carrie.
Hi. Yep. For this iteration, I worked on demos. So I'm going to share my screen too. Second. So we have one demo for CI going right now. And what I've been working on is kind of fine tuning that story. So right now, this is how it looks. If you click on a link on our website to access the CI demo, this is what you'll see. And you can click to go to all the different steps. So I've been fine tuning on what these next buttons are and also the look and feel of this. Yeah, but would love to hear anyone's feedback on this because all the technical stuff I'm not really totally familiar with. So if anyone has any feedback on this, that'd be great. And so additionally, I've been working on the partners page. So the partners page currently we have so these are the partner child pages. So for we have like partnerships with AWS, IBM, Red Hat, and they currently look like this, where we have some of them are kind of updated, some of them are kind of dated with the old logos. We also have we have kind of odd copy in some of the headings. So we kind of want to make some changes to make it more consistent and fit for all of these different partnerships. So I've been working on trying to create some consistency throughout and making it a little bit easier to read. I'm still working through this. And I think that's mostly it. And then I've been providing support for Tina on the customer journey map. And I think that's it. Let me stop sharing. Oops.
I'll hop in. Recrawled all of our Swift type search engines because the handbook's been moved out. We've been doing a lot of stuff. So I had to recrawl the whole site so that we didn't end up with 404s on our search results, which was cool. And then I wanted to give a shout out to Megan because she was assigned my EM coverage issue. And it was so awesome to come back and I just look at this. I don't even open Slack. I look here and then there's this awesome update of here's what happened. Here are the things to look at here. Look, our nav repo's public. Here's that thread. It made it really easy to come back and get booted up. So thank you so much. And Philza, do you have anything?
Nope, this was great. There was so much work for this iteration. That was amazing.
Yeah, we got the lion. The lion is in Contentful. All right, we'll catch everyone next time.